Hello, YouTube. This is take 5. Hopefully, we get this down on this take. All right. Hello, class. How are you doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. It is a Friday. For those of you who did not do the volume of things part 2, please do so. The worksheet is on the table. For those of you who did finish, please move on to this video. All right, today's lesson is on a volume of a sphere. I know it says parts of a sphere, but we're going to talk about volume of a sphere. So, yeah, forget about that. Forget about surface area, just volume. Now, before we go over the volume of a sphere, we need to talk about parts of a sphere. There are some words that are going to seem familiar to you. They're just one that maybe is not. First of all, this line from the edge of a sphere to the other edge is called a diameter. So same word as a circle. This line from the edge of the sphere to the center, that's called a radius. This little thing in the middle, or the point, that is called the center. And that circle outlined on the sphere, that is called the bigger circle. That's it. Oh, sorry, not the bigger circle. It's called the great circle. The great circle. Now, what is a great circle? The great circle slices the sphere into two hemispheres. It is the biggest circle that you can make on the sphere. When I say the biggest circle, it's because, let's use this circle as a reference. This is the great circle because that is the biggest circle you can make on the sphere. You can actually make smaller ones up here, down here, around the edge. But the biggest one is the one smack in the middle of the sphere. All right, so now let's talk about the equations. Oh, we don't want that. Now, the volume of a sphere is given by this equation right here. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. That's it. Pretty simple. The only difference from the area of a circle, where that is pi r squared, is now the r power becomes a 3 and there's a 4/3 in front of the pi. That's it. That's the only difference. Pretty easy to remember. So now let's do some practice problems. Number 1, find the volume of each sphere below. Sphere. So first, we find that 7 is the radius. Boom, that's all we need to find the volume of a sphere. Well, the volume of a sphere has an equation, 4/3 pi r cubed. Radius is 7, therefore substitute 7 into r, and we get 4/3 pi, so the 7 to the third power. Just put that in the calculator. That's going to give you an answer. Easy peasy. The next one, we find that from the edge of the greater circle to the edge of the greater circle, or the diameter, is 33. in order to get the radius here, the radius is just the diameter divided by 2. Therefore, the area of this sphere, the volume of the sphere, excuse me, is 4/3 pi to the 33 divided by 2 cubed. And I'm going to do one more question. Now, let's say you're given only a hemisphere of the sphere. Hemisphere is just half of a sphere. That's literally what a hemisphere means. And the volume of a hemisphere is given by the equation. Volume is equal to 2/3 pi r cubed. How did they get that? Well, I'm going to show the work here. Volume of an entire sphere is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. If you want to get half of it, just multiply this by 1/2. 1/2 times 4/3 will give you 2/3 pi r cubed, and that will give you the volume of half of a sphere. So let's find the volume of this hemisphere. Volume is equal to 2/3 pi r cubed. For this volume equation, we only need to know the radius of the hemisphere. Fortunately, they have given it to us. The radius is 5. Just plug that into the equation. You find that the volume of this hemisphere is 2/3 pi to the 5th to the 3rd power. Put that in the calculator. Boom, you're good to go. Please finish these questions. Don't do this one. Don't do 10. And do 11. 11 is a question that utilizes the volume of a hemisphere and the volume of a cylinder. If you're having problems with this question, here is a hint. The diameter of the hemisphere is 22, therefore the radius is equal to 11. Now, if the entire height of the silo is 45, you need to find the height of this cylinder given this information and this. All right. Good luck. You guys got this. Have a great day.